Appreciate that. Welcome back. All right, we're kicking off this morning with a bit of a brew. It's a mashup of like blue-white control, which is an archetype that's been around the fringes of modern, off and on, putting up results for a while. We've also got a small Karn, the Great Creator package slotted into here, which is neat. So very, very small Karn package in the sideboard. We've got the Mycosynth Lattice, obviously, which is the lockout that we see in modern pretty frequently. We also have a knowledge pool, which locks the opponent out of casting spells altogether. We have Teferi Time Raveler in play. We have a Teferi's Puzzle Box, which alongside Narset Parter of Veils actually locks your opponent out of drawing more cards. And then we've got Liquimetal Coating here, which along with Karn's +1 allows you to destroy a land at return, which is sweet. I had to dip out of watching Rivals the other day because of work. I almost out of my chair watching the recap on YouTube. Thanks you, Fen. I appreciate that. It was fun to run something all the way down to the finish line. Let's go ahead and dive on in here. I'm not quite sure. I feel like having Knowledge Pool and Lattice is probably a little redundant, but we'll see. I feel like 2 6-mana lock pieces, especially one that explicitly requires a different planeswalker, might be a little bit medium. We'll see how it actually plays out in practice, though. Plays around Meddling Mage? Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's like if they have Meddling Mage in play, though, they're just like attacking your planeswalker, so you don't have a lock anyways. Hey, J-Man, thanks for the 2 months. I appreciate your re-up and welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. All right. I didn't tweet this because whenever you give unpopular opinions on Twitter, the Magic community is just incredibly rude. But I'm gonna give another unpopular opinion on this. Guess what? If the $450 premium set is too much money for you, don't buy it. Like, I don't know. I feel about products like that the same way I feel about like the borderless cards on Magic Arena. No price is too much for a product like that. That product should feel exclusive, it should feel special, and ideally, the bulk of Wizards' income should come from specialty products like that. Because if products like that are where they're deriving the bulk of their income from, they can afford to make other parts of it cheaper if they want to make the game as a whole more accessible. Optional extras should always gouge you and be a huge upcharge. Because they're optional extras. Like, if there was like an exclusive card that was standard legal in that box, I'd throw a hissy fit. But like, it's not exclusive cards. Can I keep this? There's 24 lands. Are there cantrips in this deck? There's 24 lands. Are there cantrips too? There's 4 ops. Yeah, I'm gonna YOLO this one. I don't know. I don't even know what's in the product. There's just some new specialty deluxe package that comes with random foils and crap and other things that people are upset costs too much money. That if that product costs too money, that means it's not for you. It's just, and I get that people don't want to hear that. They think that every part of Magic and every part of the game should be cheap or accessible for every player, but like, this isn't even a core part of you need it to play the game. This is a super optional extra. One of the foils is a Once Upon a Time. Yeah, that one's going to be worth a ton. Good. Sweet. Collector's products are sweet. Wooded Foothills tapped Sacred Foundry. Mardu Brew. Morning AGH. Yeah, I don't get it. I'm the type of person who looks at that and goes, that's way too much money that I ever spend on it. But, like, I'm also the type of person who would never... And the type of person who, like, probably isn't ever paying $100 for a Scalding Tarn. So, like, you know, $100 Scalding Tarns are more offensive than $450 whatever it's called. Yeah, it could be a Mardu Burn variation. Smiting Helix. Yeah, maybe. And an N. Thanks for the Twitch Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. Could also just be playing Bump in the Night. What specifically is this conversation about? Wizards of the Coast announced yesterday that they are releasing a collector's edition product that's going to retail for $450 or something like that. I'm gonna cast Healing Self here. Alright, so I'm going to 5 here. I'm going to 4. Man, Cryptic Command, huh? Cryptic Command, huh? Alright, Supreme Verdict, please don't kill me. Yeah, they're big, expensive collectible ticket items for a collectible card game. I agree. I think regardless of what it cost, people probably would have complained because, like, the actual... Like, this is an entire game based around artificial scarcity, so, like, I don't know. I don't know. The entire model of this game is based on artificial scarcity, so I don't really see why that's a big deal. Karn the Great Creator does not seem very good here. Let's just cut him for timelies. I think that's fine. Alright, let's do that. Holding Cryptic up would be significantly worse because Field of Rune Basic Planes does not cast Cryptic Command. And holding Cryptic Command up there really doesn't do anything because the opponent's just going to attack for 1 and then they're eventually going to kill me. Like, they're just going to pass to my turn and eventually they're going to, like, cast 2 or 3 spells at the same time. They're going to kill us because of the resource efficiency of their deck. No, I don't get preview cards at an end. We were probably talking about someone else's preview. Where can I find a link to the 2020 Aristocrats deck you played in Rivals? You can go to my Stream Decker page. You can also go to my YouTube channel. It actually surprises me. Most people must not look at video descriptions. I feel like I should just say this as periodically. All of my YouTube videos have a link to the Stream Decker of the deck list and an easily copy and paste exportable list in the description. We always do our best here to make sure people have access to the information that they want. We just play with a lot of Chinese fake cards in my play group because the price is high. Yeah, yeah. Hey, Reaper. Thanks for doling out some sub-gifties. Happy Friday to you. Welcome to the weekend. V-Ball. Thanks for the 11 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. I demand a timeout for my sub. It's my first. Be gentle. Always, always gentle. Thanks for the quarter of a year, D-Thrash. I appreciate it. That's fair. Yeah, I don't post every deck list up on the website. Just the hand-curated list, mostly. Crack me, Daddy. Crack me. Oh, they didn't get cracked. Don't come back. All right, Big Daddy's home, and he would like to provide a constant flow of cards. Probably gonna field them off this Blood Crypt next turn. So I'm gonna field on my end step. Nah, it doesn't really matter. Hey, that's great to hear, Beansy. My opponent has conceded. Sure. I wonder if they're out of basics. I bet they're out of basics at this point. I was watching a little bit of Voxie's stream when I was prepping for the 2020 because she was streaming some 2020 Standard. She has good energy. She mostly does limited, and I'm not really into limited, so I hadn't watched before. But she is. I can see why she's been successful. She's good energy while live, which I think is exceptionally important for card games because card games don't really have that same type of energy that like other shooters and more exciting games have. I think I'm keeping this. I don't know. It's got a path. Perfect. Never didn't have it. Sure. Ugh. Pathing them while they're missing land drops feels real bad, though. Huh? I guess I'm still doing it, but I'm not happy about it. I'm not quite sure why these 3 cards with a 0 keeps popping up here. The last ones went to Neil Shilbrand, but I think I want to put these to Bring to Niv. Yeah, definitely, Reaper. I appreciate it. 10 out of 10. We're going to get a bunch of Modern played early next week. So my plan, I'm going to be, so just as a heads up, I was talking about this earlier this week too, but I'm going to be off on Monday. So I'm taking Saturday, Sunday, Monday off. And then my 5-day work week next week is going to be from Tuesday to Saturday. So I'll be Tuesday, Wednesday are going to be all Modern next week for folks that are a fan of this format. I don't think I'm forcing these just yet. I'm going to 8 here. I think this is fine. Alright, so Timely's gained 10. Not bad, .jpg. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and play. I'm going to play Jace and just Jace Storm. Because if they want to point to burn spell at Jace, that's a win for me. So let's just, like, draw cards here. My hype for the raid. Sure. No. Alright, let's play Teferi and plus him up. And then we'll Jace Storm after we plus him. We're skull cracking Jace, sure. Deal. Not sure if it's because I'm warming up to Moto's interface or because I'm tired of standard, but the half modern stream seems to be where it's at lately. Thanks, Stefan. Yeah, variety's the spice of life. Like I've been talking about, I'm just super excited to be getting Historic and even Brawl on Arena for the fall, just because, like, the best thing about Magic is all the different formats that it has, not close. Huh? I think I actually want the Spell Pierce, huh? They're still pretty choked on mana. And, like, a card that trades evenly on efficiency with them is huge here. I'm leaving this back because I don't have a removal spell, so I want to, like, block a Goblin Guide or a Swift Spear if they play it. I'm just going to go ahead and, like, take my Spell Pierce while the taken is good. Like, trade even Stevens here. I also think if you've been watching a good bit of, ooh, that's a good one to get to Force. I think if you've been watching a good bit of my content, if you're just like getting more familiar with the cards that, exist in Modern, like being, it's not even so much that Moto's interface is bad, so much as it's just that, like, being able to know what cards are being played is a big deal. Yeah, so we're not drawing another Force of Negation for a little while, huh? Because I don't think I really want to crack a fetch. And Force of Negation exiles it, so they don't get to flash back those bumps, which is nice. That's a timely reinforcement. So that's probably a good game, Snapcaster, right? Because we get to snap timely here. Just like gain 6. Is my opponent agreeing this is a good game, Snapcaster? Feels like a concession. Yeah. Yeah, that's true actually. Yeah, there's a lot of cards in this deck that are sooner legal. Teferi, Opt, Narset, some sweepers, some counter spells. Yeah, puzzle box with Narset locks people out of drawing cards, which is sweet. I think these are just like the hands we're signing up to keep with this deck. Decks like this. Sweet. And this hand's like pretty reasonable against most discard decks, actually. Hey, Kyo, thanks for the returning Prime support. Welcome back. I appreciate it. Last night, the weekly modern I go to, a player locked out people with Lattice, and he lost. He had 2 fewer cards in his locked out both people with Lattice, and lost. He had 2 fewer cards in the library. Yikes. So basic Swamp Inquisition can be a couple different things. We'll see what their secondary colors, if any, are there. Hey, thanks for the 3 months, Legend. Welcome back. Looking forward to adding, at the very least, some of the utility lands will be good in the Aristocrats deck. The new 2/2 that draws each player a card every turn is probably pretty good in that deck too. Card seems sweet. Looks like the opponent is playing Jund. Last night I took 4 color sealers, some bad cards, aka Coiling Oracle, to a 4/1. Nice, Baron. Yeah, 4 color sealers is a lot of fun. And I'm really looking forward to... I'd have played that one again already if I wasn't waiting for Once Upon a Time. Once I see a new card that I'm like, man, that's going to make the deck a lot better, I just can't play it without the new card. So looking forward to getting my hands on that one. So I'm going to ban basic planes here, I think. Because I want triple blue in case I draw Cryptic Command. Oh, I guess the extra, Maybe I do just bin field here. They don't have a creature land yet. I don't have a Cryptic Command yet either, though. Alright, I'm going to bin Prismatic Vista. Because Field of Rune's like a really slow blue source, right? Like, eventually turns into blue. So, like, and this is why Liliana the Veil's, like, only an okay card in these matchups. While it feels good for them to chew away at my hand, like, I just traded a Prismatic Vista for a Scavenging Ooze there, which seems like a great exchange rate for us, right? Like, I'll trade my land for your 2-drop all day. What's the question? That card's great. That card will probably be played as a 4 of in every 2 or more color deck. Yeah, I think so too, Detroit. All right, so there's that. I think I plus here. I might just pass. I think I'm going to just pass here. We're in a kind of medium spot. We need to draw a sweeper or a path or something. Yeah, hopefully they're going to empty their hand, and then we'll bounce Liliana and make them discard it. But, like, they have 2 5/6s here, and I'm at 16, right? All our options kind of suck here. Oh, attacking Teferi is good for us. Deal. In. So if they plus without playing their card out, we'll bend the Field of Ruin, and then we'll end step Cryptic, bounce the Liliana, draw a card. If they play their card and then plus the Liliana, we'll bounce the Liliana and draw a card in response to her discard, so she has to discard herself. Morning, Pelly. Alright, let's just bounce draw anyways. Snapcaster Mage. That's exciting. So if they don't draw an untapped land here, they can't Liliana and Tarmogoyf this turn, which would be sweet. Yeah, Time Raveler does stop Cascade. Time Raveler basically says, is Cascade fun? Then yes. That is an apt description. Is it fun? Well, then of course it stops it. Duh. Ren in 6. Rude. I'm going to go to 6 here. Are we snap jumping to gain life? Don't think so. Anarchic Fire, thank you for the 3/4 of your support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. I assume they're deploying Tarmogoyf here. Liliana or nothing would both be really good for us. Their hand right now is Goyf Liliana because we bounced both of those. Still really want to draw a path. Supreme Verdict would also be decent. Really? Are they casting Liliana? Are they just fetching a tap land here? This seems super wrong. Resolves. This is so good for us. I don't know why. Maybe they think I'm setting up for like a sweeper. I don't know. I'll take it either way. Oh, that's a good one. Unsummon that one. Yeah, I feel like my opponent's just like trying to play around cards they can't beat anyways. So they should just be making me have it. Villa Boy, just saw the donation you did. Wanted to remind you that when you do good things happen to you. So have my Prime sub for life. Well, thanks for the 2 months. I appreciate that. Hope you're having an excellent start to your weekend. Happy Friday. You're not wrong, Burgle. My deck is full of really good 4-drops. I think I'm ditching Jace here. I guess I could have unsummoned this. I guess I could have unsummoned this and then snared it. Maybe that's better, actually, because they're out of gas. How do we feel about... Yeah, I was saying, how do we feel about put back these two? Or maybe put back this and this, because Mana Leak's a dead card at this point. I'll just go like tapped land Supreme Verdict. Yeah, I think I should have... unsummoned the Tarmogoyf instead of brainstorming there. But we're here now, so let's just like live with our decision. Yeah, BB and K Command. Seasoned Pyromancer would be decent pickup for them too, right? Just like get them some gas into some other things. Because like if I had unsummoned the Goyf, I'd have been able to hit their Liliana to 2 here, which would have been better. I stacked my Brainstorm, right? I think so. Why is unsummon only -1? Because he is messed up. He is a very good Planeswalker. He ain't the Sculptor of Minds for nothing. Hey now, you're a tier 1 sub now. Do. They drew a Culligan's command now. We're screwed. Do. I mostly wanted to hear you sing. I appreciate it. Your username is great. Thanks for sticking around. That's true, actually. No, I have a Snapcaster Mage on top of my deck, though, right? Yeah, they drew K Command. Oh, wait. They drew K Command, which means I really don't want this Snapcaster Mage. So let's shuffle. Alright, I think my doing the wrong thing with Jace last turn is going to kill me here now. Maybe. I mean, Lily's at 5, so, like, chunking her doesn't really matter. I'd much rather, like, get a chance at drawing a reasonable card. Yeah, we're dead on board to the ooze, right? We have 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we're not quite dead. They can only make it a 5. Alright, one of your finest path to exiles, please. 4 paths, 39 cards. Unfortunate. I don't know, the King Command was pretty good. There's a chance even if I make the right decision with Jace there that, like, the King Command still destroys us. What are our odds to hit a path there? 39, 4, 4, 1. We're 36% to the path there. It's not particularly high. More than 1 in 3. You don't play Jund if you're not super confident your top deck is heals. That's fair. That's a good assessment. Dead to Bolt, dead to King Command. Deal Areno. I say what? I say what? Why isn't there an ensnaring bridge in my sideboard? It feels like an oversight. Yeah, I'm not convinced we need both of these cards. And I get that, like, we're gonna have, yeah, I agree. Like, the fact that, like, this can't be... I guess I just get that to make Karn look like a distraction. Yeah, we got a pretty good lineup of decks. The last 3 today are all, like, pretty reasonable decks that have nice aggressive slants to them. Get to run some people down. Yeah, I'm not casting this card, Scissor. You can always find deck links in the deck queue on my website. I always stay very organized around here. If you ever see a name of a deck in the stream title that you're not sure what that means, you can always head on over there and check it out. The modern decks are sorted a little bit down, but they'll be listed with the same name as in the title usually. I mean, it's not really busted. It's just like, you know, it's good. It's busted it's good in the context of the format. Like, again, power level is always format contextual. Yeah, it's as much as the sideboard cards it can get, is exactly true. Wow, they punt lethal. They punted lethal, right? If they would have Inquisitioned me pre-combat, they could have Edicted me and then hit me for 6. So opponent missed lethal here. Let's see if we can draw a path and punish them. Is that static sound the AC? There's a static sound? Anybody else hearing a static sound? We're dead. Nope. Might want to double check whatever connection you have to your audio. AC is more of a hum than a static sound, and it is not currently running. It's early. And this is the other part that's tough about putting, you know, 4 of my sideboard slots that are basically main deck slots here. It's like, well, I have like one card for this matchup. Maybe 2 if I board in another one of these. Am I supposed to board in Timely in this matchup? Is that like a thing? What do we think of this? Is a card advantage engine. It's not really a card advantage engine, Shep. That's not accurate, right? Like it's oh yeah, Gideon's good. Good call. It's -2 draws a card, but like a planeswalker who draws cards on their down tick is not an engine. It's like a divination, maybe. I think Narset is better than Karn. Well, I have both Narset and Karn in right now. I don't think Karn's particularly good here, but I also don't have cards in my sideboard that I think are better. No, I didn't. That's a Force of Negation. These are forces. Oh, you're talking about the other Karn, the one that pluses every turn? Sure. Weird. That's just weird in context. I forgot which sets these are because they're both standard legal. You're like casting one card and talking about the other. You kids are wild. So, I don't know if people that don't follow me on Twitter, you might not have seen this. So this is the animation for that new fairy split card that bounces a card. And I don't know how I'm ever expected to cast this card on Magic Online and not be incredibly disappointed after seeing this. Like that's so great. It's so fantastic. So for reference, that card, its adventure side is it returns a non-land permanent to its owner's hand. Or a non-land permanent you don't control, sorry. But it like runs up and kicks it, which is just, it's so good. Hey, Pajin, thanks for doling out some sub-gifties. Happy Friday. Welcome to our newest members of Hoaglandia. Pajins, be sure to let me know if there's a deck already in the queue you'd like to bump up, or perhaps a new deck that you'd like to add to the queue for gifting those subs. As always, the people that support my content dictate what we do and when we do it. Speaking of adding decks and sweet animations, the deck queue is now open for submissions with Elendra cards. Elendrain, whatever you want to call it. Hey, good luck on your interview, Pajins. Eldrain, got it. That's fine. I didn't like my hand anyways. Joke's on you. Yeah, right. Like we got a lot of planeswalkers, so we'll find one eventually. Exactly. One thing to note is that if we have another long game, my opponent is currently only has 10 minutes left on their clock to play 2 more games, and they took more than that time to win the first game. So if we have another long game 2 that we manage to win, they're definitely going to time out in game 3. Like, heck, we could potentially time them out in this game even. There's a full spoiler already. If it's not out already, it will be soon. Another Snapcaster Mage. God bless us, everyone. Yeah, exactly. As long as there's not like a Tarmogoyf or something in play, I don't really care if they keep poking at me. My card advantage drew more card advantage. Yep, exactly. Wow, just stone cold nothing, huh? Let's keep Optin digging for planeswalkers. Well, I did bottom there for reference. For reference, I did bottom there. Man, these Snapcaster Mages are going the distance. They're going for speed. They're all alone in this time of need. They're racing and pacing and plotting the calls. Did you see the Twitch Prime loot gifting announcement? I don't know what that means. I feel like I read that at some point, but I can't tell you offhand what it means. Nice timely reinforcements in your aggro deck, right? Why did I board in this card? I've made a huge mistake. You're gonna Maelstrom Pulse my Snapcaster Mages? God bless. God bless us, everyone. They've been Maelstrom Pulsed. You've Maelstrom Pulsed my ops that each dealt. Those were ops that dealt 2 damage, or 4 damage each, 2 damage, something like that. Well, you see, my current office is not soundproof, or sound insulated in any way. So, it's a cicada year. Those are cicadas. I know as people sitting here, I was just about to say, as people sitting here watching someone stream on Twitch, nature sounds are probably largely foreign. Consider the cicada sounds. They're like the background music of the Magic Online stream, right? Because Magic Online doesn't have nice background music like Arena does. Cicada, what kind of electronic is that? Asking the real questions. Man, there is one, really. I wonder if there's one stuck in the, I bet there's one stuck in this window. I don't see it. My, the room I stream from has an egress window, because it's technically a bedroom. So in order for a basement room to be considered a bedroom, it has to have an egress window in Illinois, or at least where I live in central Illinois. Alright, so this is the part where we just like force them to pull the trigger on this fulminator, right? Sweet. I'd like for you to experience the wrath of God. Yep, that'll kill a Colonnade. This will kill a Goyf. The old classic 2 for 2, but the board's empty. Got Spell Snare here to tag another threat. We draw an untapped land. We can try and kill them with Colonnade next turn because they fetch for some reason. I don't know why. Fetching to 4 was a bold strategy. In fact, I think even if I didn't draw the land, but I think even if I had, I'm pretty committed to playing this out first. Just so, like, next turn they have to kill this and be able to kill this. Because if I fire this up while Teferi Hero of Hearthstone's in play, they won't be able to interact on my turn. Some company might try to copyright claim the cicada sounds, right? It's funny because it's sad. Alright, we missed on an untapped land, so I'm going to go ahead and just try and draw one here. Papi! Alright. And now, this wasn't a particularly long game, but they do have to try and win game 3 in 6 minutes, which their deck is definitely capable of. Like, their deck is aggressive at times, so if they keep an aggressive hand, they can definitely kill us in 6 minutes, but so far their rate of play means they're going to time out, on average. Buying stocks and cicada noises. Oh. Stretch. Hero of Hearthstone. Dunkin' on Nerds. Dunkin' Donuts. Teferi letting them know we know they can't stop us from killing them. Yep, pretty much. Alright, I mean, this hand can't beat, like, a fast Tarmogoyf, but, like, even if they have a fast Tarmogoyf, it could come with a discard spell. So, again, you basically just keep hands with lands and spells in these types of matchups. Very, very little incentive to make good mulliganing decisions. This afternoon is going to be our last day of this current standard format. Our opponent mulliganed to 5 here, so that's a good scene. And now they're like in the tank for an entire minute on how they resolve their mulligan, so that's also decent for us. As you will, opponent. Opponent started this game with 6 minutes. They're already down to 5:15. Are on Arena starting Tuesday. Starting Thursday. So Tuesday is a special streamer event that I believe runs on a different server, but I'm not 100% certain of that because I've never played in it before. So you'll be able to see people who are WotC selected streamers streaming Ellen Drain on Tuesday. I will be doing all Modern on Magic Online on Tuesday because I am not one of those streamers. Yeah, Narset's definitely the right take there for them. Alright, that's a Renin 6, which, like, Renin 6 is good in a long, grindy game. It's not particularly fantastic in a they have 4 minutes to win game, though. Yeah, so my schedule for next week, tentatively, is all Modern on Tuesday and Thursday for all day. Or Tuesday and Wednesday for all day. And then Thursday, Friday, Saturday here in Hoaglandia will be all standard with Eldraine cards. I mean, the Karn the Great Creator isn't even actually that good here, right? I mean, I guess I get to discard it to this Liliana. Like, without Ensnaring Bridge to get and, like, having to set up a 6-mana card, like, I feel like setting up a 6-mana card is real bad. When do the new cards come out on Moto? I believe they come out on the 26th as well. But I'm not planning to do Magic Online with the new cards until next week, or the week after next. Want to, for sure, focus on Standard when that drops. But I do have, if you look at the deck queue, there's a number of Modern decks that are waiting for Eldraine cards. You can get Spyglass. There's not a Spyglass in my sideboard, so I can't get Spyglass. We're learning that Karn's only really good when you have 10 mana. Yeah, it kind of feels that way, right? Or at least Karn, in the way this sideboard is constructed, makes him only good when you have 10 mana. Am I about to get Stone Rain? I think we're about to get Fulminated and die. Yeah, I don't know that we can win anymore. Please let me untap. Please let me untap. Rats. Rats! Alright, well, I think we've died. I'm no expert, but I think we've died. Maybe they won't be able to actually kill me and they'll time out, because my opponent is down to 3 minutes on their clock. But, like, this is a real good 1-2 punch. I mean, are they pretty good? Like, I literally haven't cast a spell, right? Like, I cast an opt this game. So, like, I feel like if this is your measuring stick, the game where someone casts exactly an opt for these cards to be good, like, most cards look good when your opponent never takes a game action, right? This was like a peak blue-white control experience. Yeah, Karn the Great Creator seems real bad in this deck. I'm not really sure, like, I feel like Karn the Great Creator in this deck feels like a really good example of, like, we spent so much time asking ourselves if we could, we didn't ask ourselves if we should. Like, it feels like a good example of, like, we jammed this card in because we could do it. We didn't ask ourselves the important question of, like, what problem does this blue-white control deck have, and how is that problem being solved by Karn the Great Creator? Now, I think even with better slots in the sideboard, the Karn the Great Creator wouldn't be that good. Like, even with Bridge or Spyglass or Pithing Needle, like, he still wouldn't be great in these games. He's just slow and clunky when you don't randomly have piles of mana. Like, the decks he's been good in Modern make piles of mana. Yeah, exactly, Jigo. He's just an attackable Stony. Man, that Cicada is just, like, going to town out there. It's not, please. Sure. I'll play out this Flooded Strand so we can fetch before they Leon and Arbor us. Chalice for one. Hey, we're 1-1. Thank you very much, Burgle. We beat Burn in the first match. Take your judgment and get it out of here. Thank you. We gotta get that. Is there like a cicada Tinder we could get it on? So I can swipe around? This is the part where they thought not sear me. I guess they could have done that last turn too, even, right? Displacer, sure. Yeah, I don't know, Burgle. Maybe just like a bunch of lands and crap. I mean, it can't be Path, right? They usually don't play Path in their Chalice for one deck. Bye, Felicia. Ooh, them are some good ones. All right, so let's put these two back. Oh, you know what? I should have kept the Spell Pierce so I could force with it, right? Yeah, I totally should have put back an island and kept the Spell Pierce. I also should have hid the Verdict on top of my deck to play around, to play around Thought here. Yeah, that Brainstorm could have been better. You know, a few different ways. Although I guess hiding this while they have Ghost Quarter in play is not particularly stellar. Oh, that comes in tapped. That's fine. We'll crack it. We'll crack it next turn, right? So we'll upkeep fetch. Yeah, feels like we're rapidly approaching garbage time. Bye, friends. Opponent doesn't even know we have Teferi in hand, and they're packing it in. Verdict sounds great. Gideon sounds great. Timely and Time Raveler sounds great. Spell Pierce. I want to trim some of my 1-mana spells. Trim at least a couple Force of Negations. And just trim a couple Ops because they're a Chalice deck. I don't think that's unreasonable. Let's do that. So, I actually really like playing a mix of different counterspells when you're playing a bunch of Snapcaster Mages. And the reason for that is, by putting one Spell Snare in your deck, you give yourself access to 2 of them when it's good, right? And that way when it's bad, you're not giving yourself more bad cards, basically. If that makes sense. I bottom Narset for now. She probably just gets attacked down in this matchup. Ink, we're dead. That doesn't surprise me that you also are interested in that one, Scholar. All right, that's enough of that game. That's enough of that. See if we get game 3 on the play here. This card's been really bad. I feel like blue-white control in general already struggles to be competitive, so like adding some medium cards to it makes it a real uphill fight. All right. We're in it to win it. All right. Well, the rest of their hand is poop, so that's we got that going for us. For people wondering why I'm not casting Narset, I'm going to exile 2 here and play around Simian Spirit Guide. All right. are just a couple of short lands away here from garbage time. I think I'd rather have Jace. Like, draw a 5th land to get that down. Sure. As you will. Dealer's choice, Planeswalkers. Your mind shall not be sculpted. What about that one? How does Chad make you feel, opponent? Does Chad make you feel small and insignificant? Because he should. Because he's Chad. Bye, Felicia. All right. So far we're winning games by being pretty typical blue-white control, and we're losing games when we draw a bunch of cards because they've been bad. Just cast time late. Oh, Twitch chat. Oh, Twitch chat. Sure. Untapped island. Untapped blue source. Untapped blue source. I do not think the random game lifeland is very good, no. I think I have a lot of non-planeswalker spells with very, very color-intensive requirements. That's true. That's true. Karn is Stony Silence here, right? So that's good. Well, Red Rover, let Golem come over. Okie doke. I don't know what that's referring to, Zam, so I'm going to say no. This is aggressive. They're just like assuming I didn't wrath this, so I don't have wrath. I did not. The dead formats aren't really exciting to me. Yeah, it's a dead format. Garden Variety Troll. It doesn't. It's getting 20. The format's changing by 20% in a week. Rivals was also a dead format on Tuesday. I was just getting paid money to play on that one, so I played it, right? That's so annoying. No, I don't make assumptions. Hey, Gromsky, let's get you a sword to go with that shield. Thanks for keeping me around. I appreciate the 12 months of support. Can't force this because it's my turn. Can't beat infinite life. Yep. Am I supposed to leave sweepers in my deck in this matchup? Yeah, it really is a bad joke. Hopefully we get Twin in the next update. It doesn't beat infinite Thopters at my end step. They're literally comboing. Oh, I guess I'm sweeping there, right? So they're not gonna have Thopters. Yeah, it's still not worth. You have to because not only do I have to beat infinite life, but they still just have the natural Thopter sword combo going too, right? So they gain an arbitrarily large amount of life, and then I have to beat natural Thopter sword, which my deck's also pretty incapable of doing. Yeah, a lot of really stupid people said Stoneforge and Jace the Mind Sculptor were too good for Modern 2. It's honestly the most impressive thing to me of that shows that human stupidity knows no bounds is the people who are constantly wrong about other cards that have been unbanned in Modern and then continue to say other things would just ruin the format. It's you were wrong about Stoneforge, you were wrong about Jace, you were wrong about Bitter Blossom. Can you maybe just take a step back and do a little self-reflection and be maybe I don't understand how cards impact Modern? Thanks for the 9 months, Dumping Truck. I appreciate the 3/4 of a year. Yeah. That's the part that really gets me. It's how many times do they have to be wrong before they finally go, oh, maybe I don't really understand what's going on here, and I should take a step back and realize that how I'm evaluating things isn't working. How do I sideboard here? I don't know. I think we're just cutting some cards at random at this point. This seems slow and clunky. Trim a path. It's important to kill Urza, but I've got some sweepers here too. Why are Twin and Teferi a bad idea? Why? That's a lot of setup work. Twin plus Teferi doesn't happen till turn 5. If your 3-card combo kills someone on turn 5, that's fine. Hottest of takes. Alright, just a fair warning to the person who I just timed out. If you want to tell me how to sideboard, actually be helpful. Just shouting cards to bring in is not helpful. It's lazy and not constructive. Sideboarding is a one-to-one process, and if you were actually paying attention to what I was doing, we were trying to figure out what cards to cut because we already had too many cards to bring in. So if you want me to bring in yet another card that I'm not bringing in, you need to not just make a discussion for why it has text in the matchup, you need to make an argument for why it's better than something else I already have in my deck. I think comparing social issues to things in a children's card game is a little bit of a stretch. How do I like the new mulligan? The London mulligan is quite possibly the single best thing to happen to Magic the Gathering since I started playing it. Does anyone dislike the London mulligan? I don't know. There were a bunch of people on Reddit that told me it was going to ruin Magic in Modern. And like, this is such a great example, right? Of, you know, our control deck, and like, we're crossing our fingers here that like, our answers are going to line up properly into what our opponent's doing. And this is a great example of like, well, that's really not going to happen a lot of the time, right? It's like, I have Karn the Great Creator, they have Psi Master Thopterus. So now all of a sudden my thing that's normally a good answer in this matchup doesn't line up properly anymore. It does not kill Thopters by plussing on them. Karn can only plus on non-creature artifacts. Otherwise, I'd have played him. I mean, it's not even just Astrolab, right? Like, what's it called? Is really busted. Mox Opal too, right? Like, it's kind of crazy in a way when you think about it that, like, this format that already had absurd mana, like, they managed to print cards to give these decks even better mana than before. Or just very dead here. Very, very dead. Alright, let's jump into the last one, shall we? If we can finish out 2-3 or 3-2. Whoa, 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 whoa. Listen, if you're someone who's going to make the bad argument that Mox Opal has a deck building restriction, Astrolab has the very stringent needs to make snow mana restriction, okay? Okay? You think Dig Through Time has a place in Modern? Yeah. Yeah, I think Dig Through Time and Treasure Cruise should probably both be Modern legal. All right, Karn, you're gonna get another chance to be Stony Silence here. It's not. Listen, when you go through all the effort, when you go through a bunch of effort in Modern, if the effort that you're getting at the end of all your work is, if the effort that you're getting at the end of a bunch of work is you're getting to draw some cards, I think that's fine. I think that's really not a big deal. Yeah, I do. Much like when Splinter Twin was legal, the claims of Treasure Cruise's power level are greatly exaggerated. A lot of people have some really terrible selective memory when it comes to how good Treasure Cruise actually was and how omnipresent it was. I lived it, chat. It really wasn't that big of a deal. You want an actual blisteringly hot take? When Treasure Cruise and Dig were both legal, Dig Through Time was better. People just didn't get enough time to actually figure that out. That's a hot take. That's why I think if you're unbanning Dig, you should also unban Cruise, because I'm very confident that Dig's the better card. Sego, thank you for the 7 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. I don't know. I gave up caring about the Modern ban list a long time ago though. That's the worst part about the Faithless Looting ban and the Stoneforge Mystic unban is it made me feel kind of invested again. Stone Rain, you go. D-Contest, thank you for the 10 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. My absolute favorite are the kids who never played against Splinter Twin, who will assure you that Splinter Twin's too good. Like, y'all need to have a little respect for the game. How are we doing? I'm doing swell, Kid Martin. All right, what am I doing with these Planeswalkers? Well, I'm glad you still enjoy the YouTube stuff. I'm definitely playing Jace. The question is, what am I doing with this Jace? No, Twin got banned right before Eldrazi Winter. So, like, they banned Twin at the same time they caused Eldrazi Winter. I could J-Storm. If I J-Storm and find a path, it's kind of absurd. So let's do that. Never didn't have it. Was Eldrazi Winter as bad as Hogak? It wasn't, actually. I actually think Eldrazi Winter was more tame than Hagak. You think it was worse? Yeah, I think Eldrazi Winter had a lot more play to it. Nah, extended sucks. People don't like rotating formats. People want to just have their pet deck and play it for forever. That's what people actually want, and that's why Historic is going to be wildly popular, because people love just having pet decks they can play forever. Huh? I think I'm gonna counter this and tap their team. I'm also almost certainly biased in my opinion of Eldrazi Winter versus Hagak, because like I top baited a bunch of events during large events during Eldrazi Winter playing Kiki Chord, because a lot of the Eldrazi decks people were playing during Eldrazi Winter were decks that played to big board states. Perfect. I'm gonna put back these two. I'll put back these two. It doesn't really matter. So that's the 7th land is great here because it lets me play out Teferi and still hold up Cryptic, tap your team. Coke or Pepsi? Pepsi's that thing you drink when they don't have Coke, right? I'm pretty sure that's how that works. Fuck you, draw a card. RC Cola. You from the Midwest? RC Cola. At some point, we're going to draw a Supreme Verdict, and it's going to be great. But until that point, we've got Cryptic Commands. Hey, look at that. It's a Snapcaster Mage that later turns into a Cryptic Command. I don't really need Path at this point, right? So if I play this, so this is going to untap 2 lands. So I'm going to -2 here and get the lock. So Mycosynth Lattice turns everything into an artifact. So my opponent can no longer make mana. Also makes everything colorless. So like they can still theoretically attack if they were going to get a combat step, which they're not, because Cryptic Command. And then next turn, I get a draw step, a Teferi draw, 3 looks with Jace, and 4 looks with Narset to find a sweeper. And if I miss on all of those looks, I can... No! I was talking and I clicked through it! Ah! Oh, no! Oh, no! Ugh. Well, shoot. All right, how are they attacking here? They're sending 1, 2, 3 at Karn, 1 at Jace. Oh, so they're sending 4 at Karn. So I can go blocks, block here. Oh, Karn's dying regardless, right? That's unfortunate. And I even put one of my... I put my other path back on top of my deck here too. Yikes. Alright, well, let's play a little bit tighter. Whoopsie poopsie. Well, we were in can't lose territory. Now we're in maybe can lose territory. Oh, I could have bounced Karn. It's an interesting thought. I'm gonna keep path. If I would have kept this path in my hand, I could have kept Karn in play too. It's fine. We're so far ahead that I think we're gonna be able to make that mistake and still win. Yeah. Oh, I could have killed a land there, right? Yeah, I could have killed a land. Opponent's had enough. Why did I not kill Overseer? Because I don't really care about it giving counters to things. These seem medium. This is a timely reinforcements matchup, right? Almost certainly. What do you think? What do you think of this board plan? Maybe Time Raveler is like better than Narset or Timely. That seems okay, right? Maybe Timely's not very good because they kill us in chunks a lot of the time. They also kill us with Infect. Yeah, I'm going to go 2-1 on these. Let's do this. I like leaving the Force of Negation in because things like Evolutionary Leap and the card that makes a lot of 1/1s, the Servo Generator, are good things to force. I think turn 3 Narset giving us a higher chance to turn 4 Verdict or Wrath of God is worthwhile. Because turn 4 Sweeper is something we frequently want to do in this matchup. Yeah, I feel like if Narset's like Impulse Gain 3 in this matchup, like that's probably a card I'm okay casting for 3 mana a lot of the time. Yeah, it's a good start for them. Yep. Animation module's real good. Every time any of their things gets a 1/1 counter, they can pay a mana to make a servo, a 1/1 token. It's my second longest relationship. Zerblin, thank you for the 14 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. I have a Field of Ruin here to check this Inkmoth Nexus, so that's nice. Field plus our sweepers are a good 1-2 punch in general. Let's opt for a Spell Snare potentially. It's not a bad pickup for later. So we'll probably field this and then untap and Wrath the God to clean up. Because I expect we'll see them like pump the Walking Ballista here, crack us for 5, which leaves us at a virtual 10 since the Walking Ballista can shoot us from 4. We'd love it if they just played out more creatures here. Just like, please play into my sweeper. That's an interesting one. So, like, Hangerback Walker, like, it kind of plays into the sweeper, but not really, because they're going to have some things left over. So we're going to take 3 here down to 16. We're at a virtual 14 with the Ballista in play. We're at 13 because we're going to fetch next turn. Alright, so we get to clear the board, go down to 13. They get 2 flying tokens from their Hangerback Walker. The rest of our hand's a little bit mediocre. Like, the Karn the Great Creator is obviously fine in this matchup, but the issue is that I don't really have anything else that plays to the board, really. We are at 15. They neglected to shoot us with Ballista for some reason. Am I dead? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14. We're dead if they see it. My opponent missed on board lethal. So that's nice. Maybe they're newer with the deck. Good to see that. Oh, if I Karned first, they couldn't activate this Ravager, right? I'm probably supposed to do that, huh? I was thinking I'm gonna path it and then I'm gonna Teferi bounce whatever they put counters on, but maybe just Karning first is better. It's probably better. Because then I'd have the Karn in play. Yeah, exactly. I think that's the better line. This ended up working out pretty well for us, though. I don't know. I think either line leaves us in a good spot. We're in a pretty okay position. And again, remember, we're only in this spot because our opponent missed on board lethal while we were tapped out. Which, if you're gonna play the Hardened Scales deck, there's a lot of counting. You frequently take people from from a high health total to dead. Well, I think I'm just playing Karn. Yeah, Verdict's not great here, but it's like it's a good insurance element, right? I have a good mental shortcut though. If you have Ravager and Hardened Scales, you have 11 billion damage. Yeah, hard. It's very rare on like any turn past like 4 where like Scales Ravager isn't a lethal in the opponent's deck, especially if your opponent's tapped out and can't interact with your stuff. Like, they're very likely dead most of the time. Hey, Doldy, thanks for the 6 months of support there. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. All right, well, I guess the plan here is cast Verdict, get Lattice, right? Pretty sure. I guess I can just plus for this turn, right? Because next turn I can get Lattice still too. There's no upside to getting it a turn early. Morning, chat. All right, so we hit the 3-2. I felt like most of those games we won just because we were playing blue-white control. A lack of good 4-drops is like not a problem this archetype has had, historically speaking, in my experience. So I really didn't feel like Karn the Great Creator added value to this archetype overall. I do feel like if I was dead set on playing this card in here, I do think having 3 different pseudo locks here in the sideboard is kind of silly. I would definitely cut the knowledge pool. I would maybe cut this puzzle box. I think not playing an ensnaring bridge and a pithing needle or sorcerer's spyglass in the sideboard is a big mistake. So I think if you're going to jam this card in here, one of the more powerful things you'd be doing with it is having easy access to ensnaring bridge when that card is good. So I would make sure I would play that card if I was going to play Karn in here. But again, if I was looking at purely optimal, I don't think Karn is optimal in this strategy. Oh, did I miss a message? Today is my daughter Sarah's birthday. Happy birthday, Sarah. Hope you have a fantastic Friday and a wonderful birthday. Thanks for the nudge, troll. All right, we are going to take a quick ad break really quick, and I'm going to grab a snack while we do that. And when I get back, we're going to play some Loxo bots here. So, played a little bit of a controlling deck. We're going to run people down for the second Modern deck today. Don't go anywhere. Thanks for hanging out.